Sometimes you guys leave me comments and you say, I've been trying to manifest this thing for a really, really long time and I still can't get it and I still haven't gotten it. Why isn't it working? I'm doing the techniques, I'm trying all of the manifestation techniques. Why am I not getting what I want? Why is it not coming in? Why is it taking so long? The number one thing that blocks most of your manifestations is misalignment. What is misalignment? So let's say you do your manifestation techniques, maybe you do your visualization and you get really excited, you get really emotional, and you're having all of the feelings and all of the emotions of getting what you want. Maybe you do your vision board, maybe you're scripting and journaling and writing how it would be to get what you want, and you do all of these things and it's all great and you feel amazing. So you're aligning yourself with the things that you want. Those actions align you with the things that you're trying to manifest, the things that you're trying to bring in. But what is happening throughout the rest of your day that is causing misalignment? So if you're going through your day and you're responding to things, you're reacting to things in a very negative way, if something happens in your daily life and it causes you to become really angry or really frustrated, that is also a part of your manifestation. When you have these emotional responses of anger, frustration, maybe you complain about things or maybe you get really upset about certain things, people just make you super mad. Other people's actions just get a really negative emotional response from you. These emotional responses also become a part of what you manifest. So even though you're putting out all of the good vibrations, all of the high vibes, when you're doing your manifestation techniques, if you then go about your day and you're having a lot of negative emotional responses, a lot of negative emotional reactions to the things that are happening around you, maybe you start asking yourself, like, why is this happening to me? Why am I stuck in traffic? And you get really frustrated. Maybe something happens at work or at school and you're like, why is this person doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? That line of questioning really puts you in a space where you think that life just happens to you and things just happen to you. So when you ask things like, why is this happening to me? What you're essentially doing is you're giving up the control over your own life, and you're forgetting that you do have control over your emotional response and your emotional reaction to the things that are happening. So shifting that and going from a place of thinking that life just happens to you to a place where you understand and realize that life happens for you, because of course there's always going to be ups and downs. Your journey to getting to where you want to be and going from where you are now to where you want to be, going from not having the things that you want to getting the things that you want. It's not just going to be like a straight arrow of going upwards. It's not like a curve that's just straight upwards. There's going to be ups and downs. So kind of fine-tuning your emotional reaction to things that happen and realizing that maybe there's a lesson there, or maybe there's an opportunity for you to learn and grow. For example, I was dealing with something that was really challenging, that was making me feel really overwhelmed and really stressed out, and it just felt very hard and very challenging at the moment. I just felt very out of my element. But having gone through that and now looking back and reflecting, I realized that that was actually such a great opportunity for me, because it allowed me to do something that was challenging, something I wasn't used to, something out of my comfort zone, and it allowed me to go through that and understand that I can do these things. I can go out and do something new and do something hard and do something different and take on a new challenge and learn and grow from it. And that has really helped with my confidence, and it's really made me feel like I can now go out and do anything. So sometimes when things feel very challenging in the moment, when things feel like you're kind of almost being tested, it's actually an opportunity for you to step up and to kind of like level up. It's like if you've ever played a game with someone who was a lot better than you, and you yourself started playing a lot better than you normally would. It's because you're around that environment, you're around people who are better, and it's an opportunity, it's a learning opportunity. It's a good chance for you to kind of like level up by being around people who are better. So if you want to fix the misalignment, if you want to make sure that you're not blocking your own manifestation, work on your emotional response to the daily things that happen to you in your life. These things happen every single day, and how you respond is so important because that becomes a habit and it becomes a pattern. And you want to make sure that whatever patterns and habits that you're kind of living in, whatever energy you're putting out for the majority of your day, is going to be in alignment with what you want. The next one is a little bit more challenging, but again, it's an opportunity for you to challenge yourself and to learn and grow from it. But it's this idea that if you are doing the same things over and over again, you're gonna get the same results over and over again. If you continue to do everything that you have been doing up until now, then the result is what you currently have. If you look around, if you look at your life, and if you examine your current situation, and if you don't like that and you want to change it, there needs to be something new, some kind of new element. And this can be very challenging because it's not always easy to think of new ideas, but there is definitely ways that you can draw inspiration from other sources. You can consume content online, you can read a book, you can watch a movie that you've never watched. There are ways to get new ideas into your life, but one thing that can really help when it comes to breaking out of old habits and out of old patterns is taking yourself out of the past. If you have something that's happened to you in your past that maybe was negative and you tell people about that story, then essentially what you're doing is you're taking that negativity from your past and you're putting it in your current situation. So if you've ever met someone and the first thing that they kind of talk about is how someone wronged them, maybe they talk about how an old friend really wronged them and betrayed them, or maybe you meet someone on a date and they talk about how their ex was this terrible, horrible person, that to you is probably such a red flag because you're like, oh, I don't know, this person seems quite negative and they seem to be living this story where they were wronged by somebody else. And as they're telling you the story, it's what's essentially happening is that is the vibration that they're putting out, the same story and the same pattern. And really, ultimately, the only people who are going to respond well to that, because most people would respond negatively to that and not want to see them again. So the only people who would respond well to that is basically someone who fits that exact storyline. So if it's your girlfriend and she's like, oh, my ex cheated on me, he was such a terrible person, and that's her story when she goes on dates, right? The only one who's gonna want to see her again basically are people who cheat. So that is how the story and the patterns and the habits get repeated. So if you want to kind of break out of that, you need to like kind of leave the past in the past and very much stay present and stay positive and stay present and focus on gratitude and just focus on moving forward and not moving backwards. Okay, that's it for today's little video. I hope that you found value in this. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with someone who might also find it to be impactful, and I will see you next time. Bye!